We begin this morning with the document that's deepening division in Washington and raising the stakes of the Russia investigation. Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee released a memo authored by Chairman Devin Nunes, despite strong objections from the FBI, Justice Department, and Democrats on the committee.
It accuses the FBI and Justice Department leaders of abusing their powers to spy on a former Trump campaign advisor, suspected of working for the Russian government. The document, which includes information declassified by the White House, is intensifying the increasingly partisan battle over Russia and its role in our presidential election. Errol Barnett is with the president in West Palm Beach. Errol, good morning.
Good morning. President Trump ignored warning signs from the FBI, deciding instead it is in his best interest to release this Republican-authored memo, which effectively raises a cloud of doubt and suspicion over one aspect of the special counsel's Russia investigation.
I think it's a disgrace.
Hours before departing Washington, President Trump made clear his frustration with the FBI's handling of the Russia investigation.
A lot of people should be ashamed of themselves, and much worse than that.
Illustrating his point, Mr. Trump approved the release of a 4-page memo from Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee. It claims before the 2016 election, FBI agents relied on a politically motivated dossier compiled by former British spy Christopher Steele in seeking permission to monitor Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. The memo says when agents went before a secret FISA court judge, they did not mention Steele was working on behalf of and paid by the DNC and Clinton campaign.
They wouldn't have received a warrant without the dossier.
Devin Nunes, the Republican chairman of the Intel Committee whose team drafted the memo, defended its release.
We had to take all of this information and reduce it down into a summary with just the pertinent facts about the FISA abuse. The only area that I am familiar with that we left out would be the history of Carter Page.
Adam Schiff, the top Democrat on the committee, said the court was told Steele's work was likely politically motivated.
This wasn't about oversight. This is about telling a political story that's helpful to the president. It's about telling a political story that's designed to injure the work of the special counsel and to discredit it.
The FBI opposed the memo's release, citing grave concerns about material omissions of fact. For example, FBI agents knew Russians were courting Carter Page 3 years before the dossier was written. Fired FBI Director James Comey called the memo dishonest and misleading, saying it destroyed trust within the intelligence community.
The release of this memo is going to do some very serious damage.
Former director of the CIA, Leon Panetta, echoed that sentiment.
The President and the Congress now have a position of distrust with the Justice Department and the FBI.
Amid the turmoil, President Trump refused to vocalize his opinion of the man effectively in charge of the Russia investigation, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein.
Do you still have confidence in him after reading the memo?
You figure that one out.
Now, the White House says President Trump made this decision with input from his national security team and members of the intelligence community for whom he has great respect, they tell us. Meanwhile, Democrats on that same committee have their own memo. It is still waiting for declassification. Anthony?
Errol Barnett in West Palm Beach. Thank you, Errol.